Nice. That looks good.
Well, this is as good as it's gonna get, so.
How you like me now? 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 Remember the time.
I had some artwork exhibited here over a year ago now, and I had 2 photos here that actually sold. So I was also bartending at LIC Bar down the street, so I knew this place existed because during 2020, once the music ended outside, the crowd would come down from Culture Lab, which I thought was pretty cool. So I knew about the place, but I didn't know a ton about what it was about. And then like I said, I had artwork exhibited here, and I started following them on Instagram, and I saw a post about how they needed a director of events, and they wanted somebody with restaurant experience, which I had. And I saw it as a really great bridging job to changing careers from hospitality into the arts to use my skill set here. And I applied. And spoiler alert, I got the job. There's never a dull moment, even on the days that aren't great, you know? Like even when things seem stressful, there's no time to be stressed. You just got to get it done. So I do like that you're constantly being, it's constantly moving, it's constantly flowing, and I think Edja said this earlier, you know, if something different's going on in every space here. You know, I remember over the summer, it's like we had like a motorcycle run in the parking lot, but like a drag show in the back, and it's just these 2 worlds colliding, or 4 worlds sometimes, you know. I think one of my favorite things is coming in here on a Sunday morning and listening to a marching band play, I don't know, Under the Sea. It's just it's a great way to just start your day, and you're just always meeting different kinds of people all day, every day, and it's exciting.
Yes.
Well, like I said earlier, most of my background is in hospitality. I ran bars and restaurants for quite a while, as well as bartended. So pretty much every aspect of a restaurant I've done. And it got to a point, as I think maybe a lot of people in the restaurant world, where you get burnt out from it. I've always been interested in the arts, an artist myself. Never really could find my place and where I fit in that artist world. So I had gone back to school and took a museum and gallery studies class, and it seemed very interesting to me, curators and everything. So I started looking for jobs at galleries, and I ended up here, and it kind of worked out.
Nice.
Big concert goer. I try to go to as many concerts as I can, or that I can afford. Love live music. Me and my friends are all in that boat, so we usually spend a lot of time doing that. And I like being a tourist in my own city. I love going around New York, places I have, even places I have been, just going, hopping on the train, heading into the city. I also do like hiking, even though hiking to me is more like a nice walk. It's not too adventurous yet, but you know, it's on the docket to get a little more adventurous with that. And yeah, even in New York, I'm going to museums, I'm seeing other artwork, love looking at just art, even street art around the city. So yeah,
Nice.
stuff like that.
Beautiful.
That's a good question because I still don't really know. I always knew that I was creative and that I needed to be creative. And like I said it before, it took me a very long time to find out where that puts me. I'm still trying to figure out where that I fit in that. I think here's a really good start because it gives you the opportunity to learn about all the different aspects of it, to find out what you do like the most. I mean, I feel like I've learned 20 things about myself in the last 6 months that I've worked here, which is great. But I always knew that I wanted to be creative. I mean, even as a little kid, that's all I did was draw. And if it's not art that people are, you know, it's not like definitive art that people say, I like decorating my apartment a specific way. I like clothes, I like cooking, and like all of these things are creative. And if I'm not being creative, I don't like it. So I always knew I had to do something creative. It's just a matter of finding out what it is, and I'm still kind of figuring that out.
Yes.
Who is a tough one. I'll change it to what for now, and I'll say that it's New York City, always has been. I just never get sick of it, and everything around it, and all the things that you can do here, and all of the things that you can, there's just endless opportunity. forever. It's always been like that. I think it'll always be like that. It doesn't matter how it changes. And so even when you're having a bad day, sometimes you just walk around New York and you're like, I get to live here and I get to do stuff here. Like, why am I upset? So New York is definitely, it's also been an inspiration in like my artwork. Like all my photos are of the city. Any kind of artwork I've done is usually like New York related. So yeah, that's usually the biggest inspiration for me. Originally, I did a lot of drawing, illustrating, which has turned into more of like digital design work, graphic design, and photography. I've gotten heavy into, I'd say in the last, like, since like COVID, I think I've gotten really into like photography. And recently, funny enough, I'm also getting really into taking video. I wonder why. So yeah, I'm definitely into a lot of like, of all of that sort of creativeness, what people can do with video and photo, or even mixing the medias together with the painting and drawing and all that stuff. So yeah, on top of what I said before too, like cooking and you know, interior decorating, I guess, or just me decorating my apartment. But all those creative things I really enjoy.
Nice.
I do love LIC Bar, and I'm not just saying that because I work there. Always been a cool space that also always had great live music all the time for people to just come and see for free, which was always awesome. I also like Woodbines and Record Room. I've only been there a couple times, but I've enjoyed myself both those times, so I should try to get there more often. And the waterfront, to me, that's the best view of New York City you'll ever see. So, I mean, for the many years that I've between working at LIC Bar and here, there's been many a times where even if I've left work at 3 in the morning, that like if it's just been a stressful day, I kind of walk down there and just sit and like you see the entire city. It's just like amazing. And the Chrysler Building being my favorite building, you can see it when you look down the block here, which is wonderful. So. I've had a few people say this to me just in the community in general, but I take it as a compliment. You know, people do say like, Dawn tells it like it is. And I try to do it professionally. You know, sometimes I might have like diarrhea of the mouth, but I do think it's important sometimes to just be like, this is how it is. Like we could try to sugarcoat it as much as you like, but you know, and I think that sometimes that's good sometimes to just kind of bring people back to reality a little bit and be like, that's great, but. So, you know, I don't know if that sounds like the most positive answer, but I do think it brings like a bit of, you know, and I do think I bring a little humor to the table.
Yes.
You know, my role has changed so much already in 6 months, so it's like I'm actually excited to see where else it can really go, because that's another exciting thing about working here is that there's just like it's just always forever changing and evolving. So I'm excited to grow with this organization and whatever that might be. I'm kind of excited to be here while it's, you know, still in its infant stages, and seeing where it's, hearing about where it came from, and then looking forward to seeing like where it's going to go, and being a part of that in any capacity I can be is really all I can hope. Let's see, charming. No, I'm not that charming. I'd say like, I'm going to use the word hustler because somebody once asked me how I would describe myself in one word, and I used that for myself. So I'd hope that everybody else would think the same, that like, I hustle, do what I got to do to get it done. Generic, but I would say funny. I would say that you guys would think I'm funny. And despite what I give off on the exterior, I think people here would say that I'm very caring, and I have a lot of compassion, I do, so.